What about the terrorists? Because that's what they do as well. They call the international media,
Yes.
and even the video that was released over the weekend was
It's
released.
part
by
of
agents also.
the megalomania of being Nigerian. Like the fact that we want to feel that we are not successful until somebody else in Europe or in America realizes that we are doing something.
Whereas we could do something all by ourselves, whether
Exactly.
they care or not.
Exactly.
But what is wrong with, because the foot soldiers now, these are the people who we see regularly, the security agencies.
Yeah.
Is attention being paid to training and retraining those who we see do the regular checks? Because it looks as if middle management and top management, yes, they can go for some of these trainings. Most of them seem more refined, but the guys at the lower cadre,
There's not much. There's not much. I mean, part of the training of the people at the higher cadre is to make sure that they train those at the lower cadre. But that does not happen. Because sometimes, if you look at these trainings, it's more of an opportunity to drink tea and to get extra code and to get some of the paraphernalia and perquisites of office rather than really do the job. I mean, the question here is that the Nigerians patriotic enough, or the Nigerian leaders patriotic enough to ensure our security in this country.
That patriotism shouldn't be for the leaders alone. What about the citizens? Because
yes,
you started by telling us about citizen participation in solving all of this. How can a patriotic Nigerian help in all of this? Or how can a Nigerian be patriotic if he wasn't before?
You see, that goes down to the root of the problem. If the leadership is not, if the leadership has been patriotic, we won't have Boko Haram, we won't have had Niger Delta militancy or OPC and all the others that have ravaged the security in this country.
So does that mean unpatriotism begets unpatriotism?
Exactly.
Do two wrongs now make a right?
Two wrongs in history always pursue their own rights. That is the tragedy of history. And that if you don't take care of the whole, individuals will want to take care of their own and claim to be the whole.
Okay, now that the Noah's picture has been released, does that give an assurance that now there's a face to Boko? Does that give a face to Boko Haram, or is he just one out of the many?
We don't know. They've told us that it is now. We're only taking them at their words.
Because we would have thought that we would have thought that the visit of the former president to the Baba Fugu family would have also helped us to have a direction, so to speak, if we're going to do a dialogue.
The visit of Obasanjo to Fugu also exposed our intelligence gathering in this country. How much do you know about Fugu? Was Fugu really central? Is he a trusted man? Is he a credible man to meet these people? If he were, why would they kill him? Which means that we didn't have enough intelligence about what is going on. Because if Fugu was the right man to meet, then we will see that, okay, this is a respectable man, this is a strong man, this is a man through whom we can now approach the rest of the sect. Now, he meets with Obasanjo, and not long after, he's killed. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that we were really talking to the wrong guy, that we don't have enough intelligence about this thing. That's why some people have accused Mushoenka, has accused Obasanjo of grandstanding and of playing statesman over mangled bodies.
Yeah, actually, those were his exact words.
Those were his words, yes.
Yeah, and he also talked about the timing.
Yes, the timing, that it was insensitive, that what he was trying to do was actually grandstanding. He was trying to play a grandiloquent game of saying that, okay, now that everybody is trying to mourn the dead, let me go and do peace.
Couldn't that have been some kind of coincidence? Because having waited to see that meeting being arranged by Mr. Shehu, who finally got that for him, don't you think that the former president actually saw that as the right time instead of postponing that? Or in any case, some said if he had gotten an invitation for that memorial, maybe that would have struck and say, hey, wait a minute, this coincides with this.
Didn't you know? They raise the news all the time He's not a columnist. So you can't say he doesn't even read newspapers. At least he reads his own column.
No, but from the look of things now, I mean, because some of the reason that GC that was they needed someone up north to stand up and be counted, but since nobody was forthcoming,
yes,
he had to volunteer and go.
Yeah, he had to volunteer, but why couldn't he have waited? Maybe a few days later. But even there, that's even a moot point, because it was clear that the people there are telling him, you are not welcome. You are not statesmanly enough for us.
But I'm sure you must have seen the deny from Boko Haram. They say Baba Fogo was their own. They couldn't have gone ahead to kill him. That
yeah,
they were
but
not
there are
responsible.
two. One group says yes, we killed him. Another group says no, it's our man.
Couldn't it have been hijacked? Is it possible
that Ufugu?
Some of these attacks here, they might have robbers, mischief makers, might have hijacked.
What did they steal?
No, because I mean, yesterday we had someone who told us, well, there was a bank robbery up north and two separate accounts.
Yeah,
they claim to be Boko Haram members, whereas he suspects that they're not actually, but just to mask their misdeeds, and that was why they claim to be Boko Haram.
But they don't know. Robbers don't need to make announcements. If a robber robs you, it goes. But robbers have no agenda except to loot, to kill, and to destroy. They don't have agenda. They don't want you to trace them. So what's there? They are not that organized. Robbers don't go to BBC or write press statements.
But then, have we realized the fact that this is upon us? We need to, the kind of actions we take should be institutionalized.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a stopgap measure. From the actions we seem to be taking, does he say any of this?
We don't even know the actions. They've come out giving us video release, which is nice. They say it is no. We have to take them at their word. It's no. We don't know if there are other people. We don't even know their network, how they organize, how they move around. We need all of this information. Doesn't seem we know. How did they come up? How did they come upon the video? Did he release it, or did we go to get it? If he released it, we've not done anything. It's just that he just made it available. It would even be an act of defiance. Now, here I am. Come get me. Catch me if you can. You know that movie?
Well, anyway, away from that movie, we all knew how the movie ended.
Yes.
But again,
we hope it doesn't end that way.
Yes, we just really hope it doesn't. But again, if you look at the video and the spate of bombings and even headlines that we get to see, some release and refutal that Boko Haram is going to Delta and Lagos. Boko Haram is going to some universities. Boko Haram is made this and that the target. Do we really know the size?
The scope?
Of this particular group.
We don't know. We don't know. What we know is that they've created enough fear that superstitions are going everywhere about Boko Haram, about phone calls, about somebody called me the other day that if you eat suya anywhere, that suya itself could be poisoned by Boko Haram.
So are we now?
So we have now created this boogeyman. Yeah, we created this air that the Boko Haram is every corner. It's just like this man's novel. What's it called again? George Orwell's 1984. This one is the obverse form of 1984, where a little group has become so large, so outside.
We had our own. Remember the notorious Anini,
yes.
Former Bendel Street.
Exactly.
So
it's a human imagination to fill vacuums.
What happens? The terrorists, is it one of their aims to put that kind of
that's the origin of the word terror. It's fear. That is their weapon. When there is no fear, then they have no power. That's why it's called terror.
How can we conquer that? Because
you conquer that by concrete information. Because fear is not concrete, but it's from concrete to inconcrete.
There are those who are of the opinion that we need to fight fire for fire. We need to fight them fire for fire.
Well, but fire for fire means nothing. Fire for fire means what? You have to see them to fire them. You have to know where they are.
As opposed to the carrot and stick approach.
Yes, the carrot, as opposed to that. No, carrot and stick is okay if actually you see the person to give the carrot.